Hey there, friends. Doing a little video today, kind of sort of off of a request. Not really a request, but a suggestion from an associate realtor I've worked with in the past. They had asked if I had considered doing any videos on pre-drywall inspections or new construction final inspections. And just so happens I have a pre-drywall inspection today, this afternoon. Just finished up on an existing home up in Georgetown and heading down to Austin now for a pre-drywall. So we're going to take a look at that today, see what we can find, and take it from there. So stay tuned, and we'll be there shortly. All right, so I've just gone through and conducted my pre-drywall inspection of this property. I've got my notes, got my photos. Overall, this one is in pretty good shape. We're gonna go through and we're gonna take a look at a few of the things that I've noted today and things that we'll be documenting in our report and providing to the client. They typically give this report to the builder, and then the builder will come through, take that report, plus whatever the city inspectors provide them, and make those corrections before they move on. As you can see, we've already got drywall on site, so they're ready to go. Well, we're almost ready to go. So typically during the course of the pre-drywall inspection, we like to see, first off, when we pull up, that the roof is on. The roof is the weatherproofing for the top side, really, so that if it rains, everything's sealed nice and dry, nothing inside is going to get wet. That is not our house. This is our house. So while a lot of things look good inside, we do not have a roof installed yet. So as of right now, there's no insulation, no drywall that can go into this home, or should not. If they were to start insulation and it rains tonight or tomorrow, or anytime before this roof comes on, a lot of those materials are going to get damaged, and we're going to potentially get water in the subfloor, in the framing, and we want anything that's wet to have adequate time to dry out before the drywall goes up. So in the report, we're definitely going to recommend that this have a roof before they do any insulation or drywall. One of the things we're looking at the exterior before the masonry goes up is that the exterior weather resistive barrier is completely watertight, or as best as possible. And here the primary sheathing and what weather resistive barrier components we have is this thermoply sheathing. But at the up top here, we've got a long seam that's not properly overlapped and not taped. And it's hard to see right there, but we've also got a non-overlapping seam, a horizontal seam. So those are areas that need to get tape sealed, and then any penetrations or damaged sections need to also be sealed. So here we have the tubing installed for the pest defense system. That small penetration, even as small as it is, needs to be tape sealed. Again, penetrations or damaged sections of sheathing need to be tape sealed. And when we do tape seal something, we want it done in a properly overlapped, shingled fashion. This tape, it's just not going to get it. Again, penetration needing sealant. Here's an interesting area. This transition where the masonry ledge should be flashed. That is a water entry point into the wall until that area is flashed, and we're talking about this area right here. Coming to the interior, there's two details that we look closely at on a pre-drywall inspection. Well, there's a number, but the two two of the most common ones are anchoring of the structure to the foundation and fire blocking, fire sealing, fire blocking. So in short, we want to block or obstruct any pathways that fire can spread from one concealed area of the building to another. So primary locations are from the wall voids into the attic. And in this case, where we have a two-story home, from the wall voids into the space between the floors. And overall, I was happy to see that they have come through and they've sealed a lot of these areas. They fire blocked these areas. But there's a couple areas where we're still missing some of that fire blocking sealant. So under the stairway here, you see we've got a dead space under the stair. That's not going to be finished. That's going to be concealed and hidden after drywall's up. They've installed this nominal 2x lumber here at the transition from under there to the concealed area under the stairs. However, we still have some large gaps in these areas, and that fire blocking is a little loose. So this foam sealant material, you see the orange in color, should be extruded into these gaps to create a complete seal. Another area lacking it is the bath trap for the upstairs bathtub. Those gaps and openings can allow, again, flame spread from this between floor space to spread up into the wall of that bathroom. So we want that area sealed as well. Some things to look out for at the roof may be difficult to see, but that roof decking there, that one edge along the truss is unsupported, and those gaps are a good bit larger than normal. That's an area where if the roofer steps on that area, it may not support their weight, and so that should be better supported to support the load of the shingles and anybody walking on the roof. So here in the attic, adjacent to the heating and cooling system, we have a setup for a tankless water heater. This looks to be an addition to the original plan, as there is a water heater closet framed in the garage but with no plumbing or electrical. Here we've got the plumbing, the hot and cold supply, the gas line, and the exhaust vent, intake and exhaust vent, but we don't have any nearby receptacle for power. These water heaters are often cord and plug type, and so we'll install a receptacle next to them for them to be powered. The nearest one is across the entry point here, right here. That's a common service receptacle. We need an additional one installed by the water heater. One other thing I like to note during my pre-drywall inspections is protection of plumbing lines where we're going to install cabinetry. So these horizontal 2x4s here in this bathroom and one over here were installed to adequately secure cabinetry in place. We have this wire in the stud protecting the, this plate protecting the wire and the stud. And in that same vein, anytime we have plumbing materials behind this cabinet blocking, I recommend plating and protecting it. Unless it's an 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches from the face, they generally don't. But you see up the top here, this condensate line is protected because it's close to the edge of the top plate. But here, when these cabinets are installed, the hardware used is often longer than our standard 1 inch, 1.25 inch screw for drywall. Sometimes 1.5 inches, 2 inches or more. It's easily going to go in the cabinetry and penetrate this blocking and possibly that water line. So I always recommend plating all water lines behind cabinet blocking. Well, I'm going to get out of here. We've got the roofers on site actually, so they are putting the roof in now, so that's good. Unfortunately, with the exhaust vents not installed, the intake vents not installed, those being done now, I can't inspect those, so that'll be noted in the report. Again, overall everything's pretty good shape here. I'm going to get the report together out to my clients, and then if they have any questions, we'll go over those in detail with them, and the builder also. So again, this is Jesse Bryant, Guided Inspections, helping another home buyer with their pre-drywall inspection. A final side note, As I mentioned before, I'm sure in one of the videos, this is a work in progress. Trying new things, want to improve content, improve quality of videos. If you like what you're seeing here, let us know. Drop a comment in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. You can be a part of the evolution of this channel and watch it grow, watch it improve. And if you have friends that are in the market to buy a home, that are building a home, or in the industry, let them know about guided inspections in this channel, and we appreciate it.